ladies and gentlemen, to this episode of the Digital Dialogues powered by CXO Digital Pulse. In our conversation with thought leaders, ladies and gentlemen, we often come across this parameter that everybody refers to within the technology space and the cybersecurity space called the skills gap. And while we talk about the numbers that go behind addressing the skills gap, and various studies have been done to let us know what percentage of skills gaps exist, what we really need to focus on is how do we address this skills gap? How do we provide the right kind of direction, the mentorship, training, and the education required for the next generation of leaders? How do we do a proper succession planning for the next generation to come and take over? That's exactly what we are going to do by getting to the heart of this in this conversation. And for this conversation, I have the pleasure of being joined by Indika Raj Karuna, who serves as the Secretary for ISACA, Sri Lanka, and also as the CISO for the National Development Bank. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you very much for inviting us for this occasion. I think it's a timely topic, Kanchi and your team are trying to discuss, for the very reason that most of the educators, most of the professionals may always come and complain that they have a skill gap, So people are doing various things. Even the institutions, professional associations are doing various things. But they don't do it as a collaborative team effort. Even the professional institutions may be giving their certificates, or the universities may be coming out with various degree programs at a basic level and a professional level and a higher level. But they are working in isolation. That's what we feel. So these are some of the good opportunities for us to voice and say primary factors and go and do certain researches to understand why the next generation is not attracted and maybe deviating, looking at certain innovative jobs or certain jobs with much more pleasure. Because I think that is a duty of us who are currently in the industry to pass that message to the next generation. So I will suggest about 3 ways of passing this message to the next generation. First of all, we have to have a very closer dialogue with the youth, or we call it the younger generation, because they are more addicted to I don't want to use the word addicted, but they are more friendly with the next generation technology. So we need to position what is the value that they get, plus how much that you need to be safe, and if you are safe, how can you safeguard the entities and the surrounding of yours. Then it will be a culture embedded to their lifestyle, the safety and the security of the cyber domain. That's the first thing. Second one, the programs that we conduct as a study and the professional education or whatever certificates or diplomas or whatever we call, we need to build in a way, passing the message that you have a way of living, an income source, plus a recognition in the world for this domain. Finally, it's again a specific area where the recognition from the data protection authorities, cybersecurity authorities, and the regulators, compliance will recognize you for what you do. So these are the 3 messages, Kanchi, I would like to position to get the next generation to this domain.
Quite brilliant and quite par for the course, charting it out like you've done. My next question to you, Indika, you've mentioned that the next generation perhaps is not attracted enough towards these, job roles, and we need to make them more interesting. While we do, strive towards making these job roles more interesting, what is it that can provide the right direction to the next generation that can possibly help them pick a career in cybersecurity?
Okay, I think I gave a little bit of hint, because the traditional programs of ours may not lucrative. So we need to do something that where they hang around on their social media platforms, maybe TikTok, maybe some other platforms, where they hang around. So our propositions of passing the message has to go to them through how they live their lifestyles. So that is where the most of the well-established entities, corporates, has to do a collective message passing activity. So that's where how I look at it. I mean, from a global context, nobody has done research or to understand the pulse of theirs. So what will finally happen is the average age of the security professionals will be going beyond 30 or 40, whereas you don't see the youngsters in the profession. So it's a right time to do a good research from the professionals who are already in this and get the juniors and the youth engage in these researchers. Then at least the people who will join for those researchers would be a good starting point.
Brilliant, quite brilliant. Let's say that you are a young professional at the turn of your career, trying to make a choice as to what you want to do, and wants to pursue a career in cybersecurity. What would your steps as a young Turk be?
Okay, so it's a little difficult question because even at my ages to think as the youngster, but I'll try my level best to answer this question because they are anyway digitally connected. So today, the digital connections are working not at a super speed, at a hyper speed. So the main point is, as I clearly mentioned, that you need to go to these platforms and see where you can gather the wisdom about what is happening around you. Because a lot of literature is available, a lot of courses are available, and those courses are very enjoyable. If you take certain professional platforms like LinkedIn, or even if I'm to mention the Google based learnings, and also a lot of other big players offer a lot of learning paths. So explore these. These are very entertaining paths. So I would love to go on these paths. And anyway, you have all the AI applications on your phones and whatever devices to ask questions and engage in a conversation. You can do it individually, or you can do it as a collective team. So that's where, if you simply want to discuss a question, pick another youngster, start with 2, grow 3, then you have 5, then you become a big team. You can voice it to the others of your same team.
Brilliant. Well, fantastic. Thank you very much for sharing those insights with us. And yes, I totally agree with you that young professionals need to start thinking in a manner to pursue careers in technology and security for that matter. And there are a multitude of options available for everybody to explore online with career paths charted out. While that is one side of the table, the other side of the table is where we have collaboration, which can be a key to unlocking the future of succession and welcome our young Turks into the profession. Thank you very much, Andika.
Thank you, Kanchi. Take the message to the next generation.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's where we take the message to the next generation, like Indika pointed out. And we're hoping to see all of you keep tuning into episodes of the Digital Dialogues to hear more enriching conversations like these and make a world of a difference that we are trying to.